Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into some big news coming out of Cleveland. Shedeur Sanders, the rookie quarterback for the Browns, is facing a tough situation as injuries continue to pile up for the team. We're going to break down what this means for Sanders' future, as well as the challenges the Browns are up against heading into their clash with the Chicago Bears. Let's get into it. So, here's the deal. The Cleveland Browns just dropped their latest injury report, and things are looking rough, especially for Shedeur Sanders. The Browns are without 4 of their starting offensive linemen for their next game. To be clear, these are some pretty crucial players: cornerback Denzel Ward, tight end David Njoku, and offensive linemen Wyatt Teller and Jack Conklin. That's a massive hit to the offensive side of the ball. And if that wasn't enough, the Browns have been eliminated from playoff contention in Week 14. The team will now be facing the Chicago Bears, who are fighting for their own playoff spot and dealing with weather that could dip below 0 degrees. So it's already going to be a tough matchup, and now Sanders is missing even more protection. Let's talk about the offensive line situation for a minute. The Browns have now lost 4 of their starting offensive linemen from Week 1. The 5th, Joel Bitonio, is listed as questionable. This is a huge problem for any quarterback, but especially for a rookie like Sanders. His offensive line is literally crumbling around him, which means less time in the pocket and more pressure coming his way. We all know that quarterbacks rely heavily on their line to give them time to read the defense, make decisions, and ultimately execute plays. So, with so many key players out, Sanders is going to have to work harder than ever to stay upright and stay productive. Now, let's give some credit where it's due. Shedeur Sanders has had some big moments in his rookie season. He made history by becoming the first Cleveland rookie quarterback to win on his first start since 1995. In Week 14, despite a narrow loss to the Titans, Sanders threw for 364 yards, 3 touchdowns, and even added a rushing touchdown. That's a pretty impressive stat line. In fact, only Joe Burrow in the Super Bowl era has posted such impressive numbers in his first season as a pro. So there's no denying that Sanders has potential. He's been putting up solid numbers despite the challenges he's facing, and it seems like he could have a bright future if he gets the right support around him. Speaking of quarterbacks, let's not forget about Deshaun Watson. The Browns' veteran QB is still recovering from an Achilles injury he suffered in October 2024. Watson's been on the physically unable to perform list, but it's been reported that he's been ramping up his workload in practice. The Browns are expecting him to be on the roster in 2025, but for now, it's all about Sanders leading the charge. Now, while Sanders has been getting a lot of praise for his early success, not everyone is convinced he's the future for the Browns. NFL draft analyst Todd McShay recently weighed in on Sanders' situation during a podcast appearance. McShay was critical of Sanders, suggesting that he needs to mature both as an individual and as a quarterback. McShay noted that Sanders has a lot of talent, but he also has some bad habits like drifting and sliding out of the pocket too much. He even compared his style to that of Caleb Williams, the Chicago Bears quarterback, who Sanders will face on Sunday. McShay said both players have a tendency to play with a hero brand mentality, relying too much on individual flair, but Sanders lacks the arm and mobility that Williams has to get out of trouble. Ouch. So, what does this all mean for Shedeur Sanders moving forward? Well, it's clear that he's got talent, but he's going to need to grow both on and off the field to succeed in the NFL. With the injury crisis in Cleveland, he's going to have to be more resourceful than ever. Can he lead the Browns through adversity and prove his worth as the QB1 for the future? Only time will tell. What do you think about Shedeur Sanders' future in Cleveland? Will he be able to overcome these challenges, or will he struggle under pressure? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.